get this recorded. This is the Spring Spiral Mesh Wreath class. This is pretty much like the Easter Spiral class if you guys took that class or got that video, but the only difference is we're using 10-inch mesh. We're not using the Dollar Tree 6-inch mesh. Now, I know someone had mentioned to me earlier today they wanted to try to find the exact colors that were in the wreath, and they are really pretty colors. But, you know, most of the time when I post a picture, you know, I do try to match everything that's in the picture as far as colors and ribbon. You know, a lot of times that's not possible, but, you know, ideally, really this class is to teach the method, to teach you how to do the spirals and how to put your ribbon on and how to attach your embellishments. And, you know, if I can find the exact same things, I do try very hard to do that. I try to post links online and say, here's where you can find that exact ribbon, or here's where you can find that mesh. But I'm actually using a lot more pastels tonight because that's what I had. I have my, I think Mimi's using the same kind. It's the pink snowball mesh. I also have quite a bit of mesh left from, I think it's my centerpiece, my spring centerpiece. I have a little bit of green. I don't have a lot of green left. I have some lavender. I'm looking behind me. It's all piled on my couch. I have some lavender. I have some yellow. I don't know if I'm going to use the yellow because it's from Michael's, and Michael's mesh is 12 inches. It's not 10 inches, so I never knew that. So that's going to be a little bit longer. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. I have some pastel blue, and I have a really pretty coral that I picked up from Joann's the other day on clearance. So I have quite a few colors. I don't really know which ones I'm going to use yet. I kind of got to see how they look. But let's move my laptop over and we can get started here, putting this together. There's not going to be a sign. If you have a sign, oh, there goes my video. Hold on one second. If you have a sign or a centerpiece that you want to use, you know, go for it. I don't have a sign I'm going to use tonight. I'm just going to use some ribbon. I may add some flowers. So, yeah. Let me see if anybody else has joined us yet. We have Lynn, we have Ronnie, we have Mimi, we have Stacy. Like I said, I don't think we're going to have too many people for the live class tonight because it is the night before Easter and everybody's going to have guests over for dinner. So, does anybody have any questions before we get started? Because I'm going to mute you so we can cut down on the background noise. Any questions at all? Okay. So we're not going to put our pipe cleaners on the wreath form. Whenever I do the bundles, I like to, when I do spirals, I like to attach my spirals to the pipe cleaners, and then I put them on the wreath. You can do it the other way if you want to attach your pipe cleaners first. That's fine. You know, and I was going to buy some more pipe cleaners today, too, and I totally forgot. So all I have is white. But that's okay. They're not going to be seen anyway. I like my spirals wreaths to be nice and tight, too. I really like to put a lot of bundles on there. So I cut them in half because you're not going to need a full one. So let me just see. First of all, I want to plug my charger in because I always forget to do that. And then I get my warning sign saying that my battery is low. And I'm scrambling to plug it in. There. Okay. Now I know in the wreath in the picture, there was some green, and that's all the green I have left. I don't really have a full roll. There's blue. There's yellow. I do want to use this pink because I have a lot of this snowball pink mesh, and I kind of want to use that. So I have that, and I don't know if this is going to work. Like I said, I have this coral that I got, this really pretty coral that I got from Joann's, and the spring mesh at Joann's was 60% off. So, and this is a really pretty coral color I got from Joann's. So I'm not going to put a green in every bundle because I don't have a lot of green, but I do want to put some green. So let's see. I do have blue. Oh, I already have the blue out here. Okay. I have lavender, but I think that might be a little bit too much of a color overload if I use the lavender too. So I have 6 different colors here. Unless I alternate my bundles, But let me think here for a second what I want to do. I really have this planned out. I've been running around all day. I didn't even eat dinner, but that's okay. I'll eat something later. So what I'm going to do is you're just going to start rolling. Now, a lot of people like to roll them really tight. I do like to roll my spirals tight. I just sort of pinch it in the middle and roll up as tight as I can. Don't worry about the whole thing being tight. I just like the middle to be really, really tight, like that. Now you can either hold it with your hand or you can put something down on top of it, like if you have a big roll of ribbon or something. What do I usually use? Okay, you can use a roll of ribbon to hold it down, or you can use some scissors. I just put it in my finger like that. And it might be a little bit uncomfortable for some of you to do it that way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 colors. I think I'm going to do the blue with the pink. And this is just a regular pastel blue I got from Joann's. Joann's has some really pretty beach stuff out now too. I was there the other day. I was there Friday. I was there yesterday at Joann's, and I was at Hobby Lobby today. And I think I'm going to do a green. So this bundle is going to have, I'm going to do 3 spirals per bundle. This one's going to have pink and blue and green. And then, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to use the orange. I kind of want to see how it looks. So you can see I'm just kind of holding this in my hand. If that's uncomfortable for you, just lay it down. And I'm kind of like crossing them over. So you have that kind of a look going on. If that's uncomfortable for you, just try to lay them down and, you know, put something on it to weigh it down. I don't know why these metallic pieces come out. I hate that. Try to put your cut ends down. So what I mean by that is, like the part that you rolled, you can see this is where it stops, okay? Put that facing down. That's usually what I do. I'm just going to do 3 per bundle. You take your pipe cleaner, you have a pipe cleaner, and you go around the whole thing, and I just push up like that. So it's, you want them all to be facing up, and just give it a couple of twists. And I generally just go around the middle 2 wires. So this is a Dollar Tree frame. If you have a frame that only has 3 wires on it, just go around the middle one, but I like to go around the middle 2 with my pipe cleaner. Just gives it a little bit more stability. And half of it's definitely going to be enough. You can start anywhere you want, it doesn't really matter. Just give it a couple of twists. And that's it. Whoops. And once you start adding more, it looks a little weird now, but once you start adding more, they'll start pushing each other up. Okay, so here's my first bundle. I think I'm going to try the orange and see how, let me put these pipe cleaners over here to get them out of the way. I'm going to try the orange to see if I like it. I think I'm going to do an orange or a coral. It's not really an orange. It's like it's a pastel orange or a coral. So I'm going to do one of those. And I think I'm going to do a yellow. I'm not sure how the yellow is going to look because it is longer. You can see it's 12 inches instead of 10. So that might look a little bit weird. It might stick out too much. I don't really like Michael's mesh, and it frays a lot too. This yellow isn't as bad as the blue that I had. I was using a blue from Michael's for the centerpiece, and it really frayed a lot. So let me see what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to do a yellow and an orange. I don't know if I want to do another green. I don't have a lot of green. Let me think. Maybe I'll do my lavender. I'm going to throw my lavender in there too. And even if you don't have as many colors as I do, if you just have like 2 or 3, You don't have to alternate, obviously, because you're not going to have enough to do that. So. But like I said, I'm not sure how this yellow is going to look because it's longer than the others. Just go right next to it. Go around the center 2 bars again. And just twist it as tight as you can. If you feel like, well, you know what, I gotta go next to this one. I'm going to the next section. I'm in the wrong section here. If you feel like a half a pipe cleaner isn't enough for you to twist around, you can use a whole one. You can just snip it off when you're done. I don't like to waste. Now, like I said, it's gonna look a little weird when you start, but once you get them all tight together, they'll start pushing each other up. And it'll look better. So mine's going to have a lot of colors in it. It's going to be pretty. So now I'm going to go back to my original, my first one that I started with, which was the pink and the blue and the green. I'm going to go back to that again. But this time I'm going to put the green on the bottom because I had the green, excuse me, the pink on the bottom the last time. You don't really have to do like a pattern, but I like to do that. So I'm going to do the blue. I have to keep watching how much of my green I have. I might not want to do a green in every bundle. Now, if you find as you're going along that, you know what, I don't really like the way those colors look together, all you really have to do is just take the bundle off. You don't have to, you know, it's not going to be that big of a deal to have to change it, change up your color scheme. Well, I have 2 here. I don't want 2. And a lot of times, you know, I don't really know how something's going to look until I start, especially with ribbon too. Now I have a bunch of different ribbons cut, so I'm not quite sure how they're going to look until I get them on there. And like I said, just push up. Those colors look pretty together. I'm going to go right next to the last one. Again, I'm going around the 2 center bars here. Whoops. I don't know if you guys saw the picture that I posted of that mesh roller. That mesh roller is amazing. No more rolls falling on the floor. It's so awesome. Now, a lot of times what I like to do is, you see how they're trying to slide a little bit in the back here? You know, that's really not going to be an issue once you get all your bundles on, but sometimes I just like to, as I'm sliding it over, I kind of like to twist the 2 together, like the 2 bundles that are next to each other. You might not have a ton of pipe cleaner to do that with, but you're going to have enough to maybe give it 1 or 2 twists. And that way, it just makes it a little bit more secure because I just tied these 2 bundles together here. Yeah, these little metallic pieces like to come out. I don't remember where I got this green mesh. I think that was from Joann's as well. Joann's is okay. You know, I need to turn this piece around or just tuck that in because this piece is starting to fray a little bit. I'm just going to try to twist it a little bit. I don't really want that to show. Okay. Like I said, once you get everything on there, they're going to push each other together and it's going to look a lot better. Okay. Let's go to my next set of colors. And I kind of like the way the yellow looks with the orange and the lavender. So I think I'm going to do that again. Now I had the yellow. Where did I have the yellow? I don't really know where I put that. If it was on the bottom or... Let me see here. Let's see, I'm gonna grab my coral. They didn't have much left at Joann's as far as clearance mesh. They had a lot of 21-inch. I don't like to buy a ton of 21-inch. I'd rather get 10-inch when I can, because it's just a lot more versatile. You can do a lot more with it. You're pretty limited to 21-inch, and I don't like to cut my 21-inch mesh down the middle. I know a lot of people like to do that, but I have a lot of fraying issues when I do that. So coral, purple, and yellow. And the yellow really doesn't look that bad, even though it is a little bit longer. I was worried about that. Not too worried, just a little bit worried. So like I said, don't worry if your ends are wound as tightly as your middle, but I tend to, when I'm rolling it, roll it up tightly in the middle. Again, I push up and twist. Let me see if anybody else has joined us. I know Patty was going to try to join us. No, I don't think she could get on. I'm going to have to try to do a test meeting with her. That's really all it is. It's pretty simple. If you don't want to do three spirals per bundle, you can do 2.
Christina,
yeah.
how many are you putting on that one thing, the one section?
I'm on the wrong side here. What's that?
How many bundles are you putting on that one section?
I don't know yet. I gotta see how many it's gonna take. I've got 3 so far. This is gonna be my 4th one. I put it on the wrong side though.
My 4th too. Okay.
I'm not sure yet. I gotta see how it looks.
I'm thinking 4.
No, it's gonna need more than
But
that.
I've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors of mine. So
Why do I keep going on the wrong side? Because I'm talking. Oh, so you're saying 4 pieces per bundle? Is that what you mean?
No, 4 bundles per section on the wreath.
What size wreath form do you have?
It's a big one.
No, I don't know if that's going to be enough. I mean, that's up to you, but I like mine really tightly squished together.
Okay.
I've got 4 right now, and it's only like half full.
I don't know.
Whatever you think looks good for you. What size is it? You said you have a big one. Was it like 18 inches or?
Yeah, it's probably comes out to be like 14 or 15 or 16 or something. When you lay the form down, it goes out to about 15 or 16 maybe.
Okay. Where'd you get it?
AC Moore.
Okay. Huh. Well, you know what? Like I said, just feel it out. If you like, I like mine really tight. So this is 4 right here, and I still have room left in that section. This is 4 bundles right here. Now, like I said, as you keep adding more, you know, they're going to start pushing each other up. This is the look that you want to go for. You want them to all be like pushed up like that. That's the look that you want. That's why I try to squish them as tight as I can, because you don't want them to be laying flat. You want them to be going up like that. That's how they look nice. It looks a little weird now because, like I said, we're just starting. So let me see what colors I need now. I need the pink. I'm going to do the pink on the bottom this time. Pink. And then I don't think I'm going to do another green because I kind of want to save my green. I don't have a lot of green. I'm going to do pink and I'm going to do blue. I'll just put some green in here and there. Let me see what else I want to do now. Pink and blue. Let me grab another lavender. And I don't have a sign for this one. Like I said, I'm just going to put some ribbon on and maybe some flowers. I tried to find some butterflies today. I couldn't find any. But I know they have them. You know, you can probably find them anywhere. I always get stuff online too. If I can't find something in the store, I'm not going to kill myself. I just Google. I've found stuff on eBay. I found stuff on Amazon that I couldn't find in the store. I know, Mimi, you were asking me earlier, you couldn't find a certain color mesh that you wanted. I find everything I need online. eBay is great too. I love eBay. eBay is great for finding things that you can't find in the store. It's also great for finding things that are more expensive in the store. Like my daughter, would go to Ulta, if you're familiar with Ulta, the makeup store there, and they have shampoo and skincare, and she'll pay crazy amounts for makeup and stuff like that. And I'll say, honey, just tell me what it is, and I'll look on eBay, and I am telling you, I can find it less expensive for you. eBay is great.
Christina.
Yeah?
It's Mimi. I have always problems on the edges that it not unravels, but it doesn't stay as tight. The circle on the edges don't start. You know what I'm talking about?
Like on the outside?
Yes. They don't.
That's fine. Mine are doing the same thing.
Okay.
That's okay. There's nothing you can do about that. You can, like, that's why I said focus on getting the center as tight as you can. But the outside, because there's nothing holding it, like you have the pipe cleaner holding your center end. But there's nothing that can prevent that from opening up a little bit, but that's okay. That's why you want your bundles, your sections to have as many bundles as possible. Because mine are opening up, like this green one's opening up a little bit on the end, but that's okay. That's it. You can't help that. It's just going to happen.
Well, some of them open up a lot.
Really? like more than mine?
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay. Are you like rolling it as tightly as you can in the middle?
Yes.
I think you'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. Once you get everything filled in, I think you'll be fine.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm looking to see what colors I need next here. I did purple, lavender, and pink. So I think I can probably go back to my green. And you kind of got to look at where your colors are. Like the last green I did was kind of on the bottom. So when I add the green to this next bundle, I'm going to try to get it near the top, because you just got to kind of look at it and see where all your colors are. I don't like when there's two colors next to each other. That drives me crazy. I know I'm a little OCD about that. So let me see here. So I think I'm going to put my yellow on the bottom, because the yellow looks like it's on the top a little bit. I don't really have a lot of yellow left though either. Let me look in my bag. I think I might have some more in my, yeah, I do have more yellow here. I actually have some white. I had some white snowball mesh, but I'm not going to use that. I do have more yellow, but I'm going to put my yellow on the bottom, because he's kind of, there's quite a bit of yellow sticking out at the top. So I just, and I really can't see because the mesh is curling, I just pinch it tight in the middle, as tight as you can. If you want to maybe try to go down with your hands like that, or even if you want to just try rolling it like that, Mimi, like from the outside. You see what I mean? How I'm doing that? I'm not really going in the middle. But mesh is very stubborn. It tends to want to do what it wants to do. So it's, it's still popping open on the ends for me. But, that's just what it does. So let me hold that in my hand here. I think I'm going to do yellow, and then I'm going to do green. Unless I want, no, I'll do green in the middle. And then let's see. want to do another pink. Even though I just did pink in the last bundle, I feel like I want to do another pink on the top here. Because my last pink was kind of hiding on the bottom. So like I said, there's no set pattern. You just kind of look at it as you go along and see what it needs. Let your wreath talk to you. If that sounds dumb, I apologize, but it just came into my head. Again, I pushed it over as far as I can. I'm going to try to twist these two bundles together so they can sort of add some stability to each other. And see how you really don't have much pipe cleaner in the back when you cut them in half? You don't have to worry about snipping any off. See, these two yellows together are bugging me, so I need to sneak that blue in there. Mesh does like to stick together. Okay, I think I'm going to try to put 2 more bundles in. I think that's going to be pretty tight for that section. So let me see how many that makes. I think maybe I have like 6 in here so far. So it looks like it's going to be about 8 bundles per section for me anyway. And I'm going to go back to blue because I need some blue because I see some blue over here. So it looks like we need some blue again. And let's see what I want to do here. I want my blue more toward the top. We haven't done a coral in a little bit, so my coral is kind of sitting over here by himself. I don't want to forget about my coral. I think I'm going to put my coral near the top. So we're going to do, I think I'm going to do lavender, and then I'm going to do blue and then coral on the top. Sometimes I like to roll it up against my shirt, even though that's not always a good idea because if you have certain type of material, it likes to hold on to your shirt. What colors of mesh do you have, Lynn? What are you using?
Purple, green, yellow, all the colors they have, purple, green, yellow, and pink. And you know, the Hobby Lobby, my Hobby Lobby just opened Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they had the grand opening. So I went Tuesday, of course.
Uh-huh.
And I got yellow and the green there. And the others that I've been getting are from AC Moore. And you know that it's really thin. And it's not, I don't like Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, it's thin. It is thin.
Oh, it is? You think so too?
Yeah.
Where do you like your mesh the favorite? Oh, you get a line though, don't you?
I have to tell you, Craft Outlet has great quality mesh.
Yeah.
They really do.
Is it thick?
It's
Like
really not that expensive.
It's not?
Nope.
I hate to buy online. I don't know why.
I love to buy online. I do like 99% of my Christmas shopping online. Because I don't like to shop. We went to Target today after we went to Hobby Lobby, and it was just so packed.
Yeah.
I get like anxiety ridden when there's a lot of people in the store. I'm like, okay, let me just get what I gotta get and let me get out of here. I don't like crowds. I think I'm going to do one more bundle in this section. Now, as you go around, what's going to happen is, this is just one section. what's going to happen is you see how it's kind of overlapping into the middle here, okay? These bundles are going to start pushing each other up. Like I said, again, that's what you want. You want them to be going straight up. That's the look that you want. But if they don't, I mean, I think that looks pretty like that too. I mean, they're not all facing up, but I think that looks really pretty, like that. And you can go through after you're done and you can sort of play with them a little bit like I'm doing here and adjust them and, you know, fix your colors. If you have two colors that are next to each other and that's making you crazy like it does me. All right, let's see. So now we look at it again. And, you know, you don't have to rush this. You know, if you don't get it the way you want it as you're making it, you can take it apart. But I always try to get it the way I want it as I'm going along. That way I don't have to take any pieces off. So let's see what I want to do next here. I kind of want some blue on the top because there's blue on the top over here and there hasn't been some blue in a little while. So I know I want to put blue in this next section. And I think I'm going to do pink on the bottom. Keep pulling out these pieces of metallic here. Let's see what I want to put in the middle. Do I want another green? I don't really want to waste my green. I don't have a lot of green. So let's see. I want to do the blue on the top. So I'll just grab another lavender. Boy, this mesh likes to stick together. Oh, shoot. So I figure if I can get some pops of green in here and there. I did buy a roll of this pretty mesh from Joann's, which is the same green, but I didn't really want to have to cut it in half down the middle. That scares me. I don't like to do that. And we got room for one more bundle. You know what? My wreath frame is broken here. Look at that. These Dollar Tree frames break sometimes. I'm going to have to get a piece of tape and tape that. You have to really check these Dollar Tree frames. That's probably going to mess me up, so I need to tape that. Let me get some tape. And it's getting caught on my bundle here because it's broken. Let me just tape that. I have to actually get this tape. It's holding my laptop up. You should see the way I have it set up here, but I'm going to get a little piece of this electrical tape or this duct tape and just tape that broken piece of the frame here. And you won't be able to see it, so. I'll just tape it together. Boy, that stinks. Really look over your frames very well at Dollar Tree especially, because they probably mass produce these things. You don't have to put a lot on just to get it to stay together. One more twist, and then I'm just going to cut that off. There. Fixed. Okay. Okay, so that's one section. I probably could fit another one on there, but I think I'm good. Well, that's it. That's how long did that take us? It took us a half an hour to do one section, so it can be a little bit time consuming. But so I think what I'm going to do next is, let's see. I have a lot of blue, so I'm going to do a blue on the bottom. Let's see, I think I'm going to do a yellow in the middle.
I have 9 or 10 sections.
You have a big form.
Yeah, it
You have a
is.
really big. That's going to take you a little while, and you're going to be up late tonight.
Well, no, I've already got 2 sections done.
You're fast.
Mine are only fitting though 4 on a section.
Yeah, you know what? I think with the bigger forms, I think the sections are smaller.
Much smaller.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think you're right. They're smaller.
Yeah. So no, it won't be too long. But mine seem longer. I did them. Well, it doesn't matter how I did them. They're 10 inches by 8. But yeah, so it would only be 10 inches. Mine seem longer than yours. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, if you have 10-inch mesh, they're not going to be longer.
All right. Yeah, that's what I said. But I don't know. They look at some reason. This is gonna be a big wreath. Mine is.
It'd be nice. I like big wreaths. And we're going to have to do the ribbon like we did with the other spiral wreath. We're going to have to feed it through and make ribbon bundles again. That's really the only way, unless you attach your pipe cleaners to your reform first. That's how you have to do your ribbon. You have to sort of make a bundle.
He's got another bone in his mouth. Did he get that from him? Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what I do anyway when I make my spiral wreaths. You just sort of make a ribbon bundle and you feed it through, just like you do.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. There's an additional nubbin.
Rocky, come here.
We'll get to the ribbon in a little bit here. Let me just, there we go. So I'm actually on to my next section here. This is a little bit loose. I don't like when they slide, so I'm going to actually kind of go over to this last bundle in the other section and tie them together. I have enough pipe cleaner to do that, so. Like I said, when you're done attaching them, if you want to move your spirals around, if you have a couple of colors that are next to each other and you don't like that, you can kind of move them around. Like this coral one kind of got stuffed underneath. I want to bring him out. You can move them around. But those colors are really pretty. I like those colors, all the pastels. I think that's pretty. All right, let's go to the next one here. Trying to see what colors I have going here. I don't really want to do any more yellow just yet. There's a lot of yellow over here. I think I want to do some lavender maybe. I think I'm going to do a coral on the top. I have have a pink on the bottom there, so I'll do a blue on the bottom. It's not a race. If you don't finish tonight, you know, it's not the end of the world. Do I want to do a green? I'm going to do another coral, I think. I'm not ready for green yet. Let's see. I want that coral to be seen. I think the coral is really pretty. Okay, let's see now what we want to do. I think I'm going to put a pink on the bottom. Now I think I'll grab a green. Maybe a yellow. Whoops. Seems like some of my pipe cleaners were cut a little bit shorter than other ones. This one I don't really have enough to twist around, it seems. There we go. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to try to twist these two bundles together with another pipe cleaner. I want them to be snug together. I want them snug. There. Okay, let's see. Moving along. Sorry if I get quiet sometimes. I'm just kind of focusing on what I want to put in here next. And that's not even 2 sections, and look how full that is already. You're right, Lynn, it is going to be a big wreath. And I have to stand it up so I can push it over. If you want to wait until you're done and then sort of adjust all your pieces, you can do that instead of how I'm doing it as I go along. It might make it a little bit easier. Adjust your colors. If the yellow was a little long, a little bit longer. But I like the yellow in there, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to take a break from spiral wreaths for a little while. They're a little bit time consuming. I'll be honest with you guys, I like ruffles. That's my favorite. And we have the no cut ruffle wreath coming up soon. And I hope you're all going to attend because it's going to blow your mind. Did you attend that one last time? Yeah, you did attend that one show. Remember you were kind of like, what? That was a little confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, I like it. And you were there, Cheryl. I remember that. It's not the pull through. Nope, it's entirely different. I think I have a little bit too much pink going on here. We got to get some more lavender on the top. Lavender should have been on the top this last time. Got too much pink action. Let's see now. I'm gonna put that because I really kind of want to use this. I'm just going to put this on the bottom. I have a lot of this pink. And I want to bring some more, what color do I want to bring to the top here? I think I want some lavender maybe at the top. want to do green yet. Yeah, I'll do another yellow. I feel like I probably could have cut this yellow and made it 10 inches. Because if you notice, all mesh has grid lines in it. But I don't know, I just get so nervous cutting it where it's not supposed to be cut. If that makes any sense. Let's see what do I want on the top here. I have pink and I have yellow. I don't think it really matters. There's a bunch of all the different colors in here now. I'm gonna do lavender, I think. So we still have too much pink here. How did my pink get back on the top again? I wanted it on the bottom. I think I have enough room for one more bundle here. One more. I need some more blue. That's what we need. We need blue. That's really pretty. That's going to be pretty when it's done. I think I need some more blue on the top. So let me see here what I want to do. I think I'm going to do coral on the bottom. I think I'm going to do a green and then a blue. Now, I was thinking back, I was looking through some of my storage, some of my stash, I guess you could call it, from last fall. I have a lot of fall mesh. I have a lot of that stuff. I'm gonna be good when it comes time to make a fall wreath. And they had 4th of July out already at a lot of the stores. I noticed that they had it out at Joann's and Hobby Lobby, starting to put it out. Big Lots had it out. And I don't know if you guys have been on the Craft Outlet website lately, but they are previewing Christmas ribbon already, believe it or not. Now, last year in my other group, there were some people doing lives in July doing Christmas wreaths. So, you know, if you have a business and you're trying to sell your wreaths, you do need to start early for Christmas. So just be aware. Right, this is sort of like not pushing over. I wanted to push over a little bit more. I think I'm going to do my thing that I did before. I'm just going to feed a piece of pipe cleaner through the back here. It just sort of helps to secure your bundles together too. I'm sort of like feeding it through so I can attach it to the previous bundle. Just kind of make it a little bit tighter. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Now that's only 2 sections. That's going to be a big wreath. There. Time for a drink of water. Anybody have any questions? You're all quiet. Everybody's working.
Christina,
Yeah.
this is Joyce. Did you start early?
No, Joyce, 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Well, I thought that was the same time. It's just now 8 o'clock here. That's what I've been joining in was the same time that y'all did. But I see that you're. Oh well, that's okay. I'll just watch you from here on in, and then you can send me the video.
Where are you located, Joyce?
In Texas.
Yeah, you're Central Time.
Yeah, I'm Central Time. Yes.
Yeah, this is
but-
Eastern.
Right, yes, but I know, but when y'all had it
So you're,
8 before, if I've checked in early, you're not there, but if I wait till your time, then you're there. So I don't know, but anyway,
no,
Can
yeah,
I
you
just
need
revert-
to, if it's 8 o'clock my time, you need to log in at 7 o'clock your time.
okay, well, that's what I thought before, but today is my birthday, so we met Raymond's family to eat out for my birthday, so
Oh, nice.
I know it was very nice. We had a good time, so
Good.
anyway, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep on watching you, and then I'll finish when I get my video from you.
All right, my dear, sounds good.
Okay, well, I'm just going to watch.
Okay.
All right. Hey, hon, will you bring that fan in that's on the back porch? I am sweating. And I'll put it back out there.
Okay. Back to our spirals here. Let me see what color I want to do now. I mean, it's, the colors are kind of the way I want them to look. I've got, a good mixture going here, so I don't really think I need to be too concerned about what order I'm going in. I think I'm spending way too much time on my color selection here. I don't have a lot of lavender. I don't really want to keep using my lavender because I don't have a lot of that left. I guess I'll go back to the coral again. I wish I had been able to find some more lavender because I really like that. And they had a bunch of Joann's the last time I went, or the time I went before this last time. I should have grabbed more than one roll. I think I'm done with that section, so now I'm going on to section 3. I got to be honest with you guys. I might not finish this in class tonight. I'm going to give you the heads up because this is taking me a little bit longer than I thought it would. We're already an hour in, and I'm not halfway through, so let's just see how we go here. Let's just see how it goes. I want a pink on the top this time, though I know that. I think I'm going to do a yellow on the bottom. I do have a lot of this yellow. Trying to pull this piece out and it's not coming out, so I need to use scissors. You know what? I just found some coral on the floor over here. I didn't know this was over here. Where'd my scissors go? Here they are. So I have more coral than I thought I did. There's that piece I was trying to cut out here. You really shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't pull your frays. You should cut them. There. Yeah, Mimi, mine are like, my spirals are, you know, bigger on the end. So it's not that big of a deal. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but I don't like it. It doesn't look neat.
Aw, you don't like it? What did you say?
Doesn't look neat.
Aw, they don't look like mine?
No, yours look nicer.
Aw,
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I just try to roll it as tight as I can in the middle, and that seems to help the ends stay together for the most part. So we went to a little Lebanese restaurant for lunch today. And I don't know if you guys, any of you are a fan of Lebanese food, but we had hummus and we had tabbouleh and we had kibbeh and now spanakopita I thought was Greek, but they did have spanakopita there. So anyway, it was kind of interesting as we were leaving, I noticed a picture on the wall and I'm like, that guy looks familiar to me. And it was a guy posing with the owner of the restaurant, and it was Jeff Goldblum. And you guys know who he is, right? He was in Jurassic Park and a bunch of other movies, and I guess he was there last month. He was filming a movie not too far from there, Little Falls, which is probably about a half an hour outside of Utica. I thought that was kind of neat. You guys know who he is, right? I think you do. You should. He's looking old. I don't have a lot of lavender yet left. I don't really want to do my lavender yet. So let's see what I want to do next here. I have a lot of blue, so we're going to go with the blue. Maybe I'll do a green too. I'll put my green on the top. So like I said, if you don't finish this tonight, this is kind of a time-consuming one. So I'm gonna do a green, I think. I still have some green left here. And that's okay. We'll see how far we get when it's 10 o'clock. This is why sometimes, I know you guys all like the live classes, but sometimes if I know something is going to be time consuming, I will just do a video. So that way what I can do is I can start it and then I can work on it and pause the video, and you don't have to sit there and watch me making spirals for an hour. That's really the only reason sometimes I do a video as opposed to a live class. And there's been some classes that have gone for almost 3 hours. That's a long time when it's 10:30 at night, you know. I think the poinsettia was pretty time consuming. I don't know if you guys that are new here have seen the poinsettia that I made. I think it was last September. That was time consuming.
You lost me there.
The poinsettia?
That was my first. Yes.
Did you hear me?
I left.
Oh, you left. Oh, we lost you. I didn't even notice.
No.
Sitting here chatting away. What's that?
When we were doing the poinsettia class, that was my first one. And it was just so long that I left.
Oh, that's right. Okay, which one was it?
The one you're talking about, the poinsettia one.
No, the poinsettia, the red poinsettia that I did was last year.
Okay, that
Are you
was,
talking about the spring flower?
yeah. it
Yeah,
looks
that's
like-
the same, that's the same technique. So those are time consuming.
Oh my goodness, it was.
But that's okay. You guys, you know, anybody, if anybody gets tired, you know, you don't have to stay for the whole class. Because as you know, you're gonna get the video.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. That's only 3 sections. This thing is gonna be, I could make like an Easter basket. Look at, that could be like an Easter basket. No, it's kind of big. I don't know about that. I think a lot of people are just busy getting their Easter stuff ready for tomorrow. So that's okay. I have a lot of members that just kind of want the video because, you know, while it's nice to be able to ask questions during a live class, a lot of people just have busy lives. They just, you know, they have stuff that they do. So I really don't even, probably don't even need to add any ribbon to this because it's just so colorful on its own. What color do I want to do now? Do I have more blue? I think I have another whole roll of blue in here too. So I'm just trying to see what I've had the most of. Okay, I have more blue. I'll do it pink. What do I want to do now? I don't have a lot of lavender, so I kind of want to hang on to that. Let's do another blue. I got mesh all over the place in here. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a real big fan of ham. So I'm hoping they have some other choices tomorrow besides ham. I like ham like in a deli sandwich or a sub. But I don't really like sliced ham. I don't know why. I think they're gonna have prime rib at this buffet we're going to, but I'm not really a big fan of that either. I'm not a big red meat fan. I like chicken. I really like chicken. Now you can see how they're just, these spirals are just starting to push each other up. It just happens. They naturally do that. And when we start coming around, it's gonna start really, you know, you won't even have a hole in the middle of your wreath, so you won't even have to worry about that. So let's see where I want to go now. I'm just going to keep using the pink just because I have a lot of it. I'm going to put a pink in every one. That's going to be my filler. The pink is going to be my filler. I have 2 more rolls of it in my closet too. I don't know why I bought so much pink. I think I'm going to do a yellow. Does anybody know what seafood Newburg is? What is that? I know that's on the menu tomorrow. Does anybody know how that's prepared? I'm not a big seafood fan. And do I sound fussy to you guys or what? Oh my gosh, I don't want to use my green. I don't have a lot of green.
I've never heard of seafood.
Anybody know what seafood Newburg is?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's on the menu tomorrow. I gotta look that one up. Finally, all our snow is melting here in upstate New York. I can see my lawn, even though it's not green yet. Finally. It was really nice out today. It was sunny, but it was, you know, it was like 55. It was pretty warm. But tomorrow it's going to go back down to 35 or so I hear. All right, now I think I can do my pink back on the top again. This yellow mesh is a little bit long. It's a little annoying, but I think it'll work. I think it'll be okay once I get everything on. Let's see. Moving on. I'll put my coral on the bottom this time. Where's the rest of my pink? I have a lot more pink. And I think I said this in the last spiral class that we had. If you have a Bodabra, a lot of people use that to hold their spirals while they roll the other ones. That way you don't have to hold it in your hands. Those colors are so pretty. I really like those colors. I got this from Joann's too. I wanted to show you this. This is also snowball mesh with jute in it. And all that means is that there's little lines of burlap running through it. This is short. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I might even do like a pull-through ruffle. I think that would be really pretty. This is, how many? This is 5.5 inches. So this is the same width as Hobby Lobby, the shorter mesh. So you can definitely do a pull-through with that. You could do a spiral, but I think I'm going to take a break from spirals for a little while, to be honest, because it's a little time-consuming. I probably could have even used my white too, my white snowball mesh to fill in. I'm sure I could have gotten away with that. That would have been a bunch of different colors. We're only halfway through here. 1, 2, 3 more sections to go after that. What time do we have? And it's almost 9:30. I don't know, you guys. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this in class, and I offer my sincerest apologies for that. But I do have to stop at 10 tonight. But if that's the case, what I will do is I will finish it tomorrow morning before the festivities begin. I'll finish the video, I'll finish recording it, and so you can see me adding the ribbon and so on and so forth. I don't think I've ever seen anybody doing a Facebook Live doing a spiral wreath. I honestly don't remember ever seeing that because they are, they're a little bit time consuming. Have you guys ever seen anybody doing a spiral in a live? Usually it's either a ruffle or a poof. in the live videos.
I've never seen it.
What's that?
I've never seen him doing a spiral on a live.
No, me either. And you can see why now. Hold
Yeah.
on, I'm trying to get more pipe cleaners here. They're really pretty, but they just take a little while.
Yeah. Yours are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I was waiting for some feedback because it's hard for me to tell sometimes. A lot of times I can't really tell how it looks until I'm done, and then it's hanging on my wall because I can see how it looks on my laptop. Thank you so much. Let's see. What do I want to do now? What do I want to do now? Is that okay with everybody if we don't finish tonight? Are you going to be upset with me?
No, it's fine with me.
And you know, now that I think about it, I recorded the tutorial for the Easter spiral mesh wreath with the Dollar Tree mesh. We didn't do that one live. We did not. I got room for one more on here, one more on this section. I know someone, she's actually admin of my group, my other group that does individual spiral. She only puts one piece of mesh on each pipe cleaner. And I tried that and it made me crazy. It just took forever. So I think 3 per bundle is a good number. I'm trying to think how many I did for the Dollar Tree one. I think that might have even been 4. I might have even done 4 per bundle for that one. I'm trying to remember. So that's 3 sections. So that's half a wreath right there. So you can see how full that's going to be when we get done. That's going to be 1 full wreath. Where'd my other spiral go? Oh, it's over there. There. Okay. Let me think here. See, it's got little pops of green here and there, and that's really what I wanted. Little pops of green and little pops of lavender here and there. Let's see what I want to do now. I'll do green. If you happen to have some 6-inch mesh in a color that you need, you can definitely do that. You can definitely add. I know it's a lot shorter, but I've done that before. I've mixed the two. And as long as you can see the color in there, it works. It may not be sticking out as far as the 10-inch mesh, but you can still see that color in there that you need. Just trying to get my green to be showing a little bit more here. Okay. So I'm very proud of myself. I started going back to the gym last Saturday after not going for about 3 years. I really used to go a lot. I wasn't, like crazy, a crazy gym fanatic, but, it really is true what they say. Once you start going and it becomes a routine, it just becomes part of your life. And it's sort of like, it's my time. And all I really do is I go on the treadmill for a half an hour, and I don't run because I hurt my knee a couple of times over the years, so my knee's a little funky. I don't run. I just, what color do I want here? I'll do lavender, I guess. I walk and I put the treadmill like at an incline, a little bit of an incline. And then I go around and do some of the machines. So I don't kill myself, but it just feels good. It feels good to be back there. And I thought they were going to be closed tomorrow because it's Easter, but they're actually open. So my son and I are going to go over in the morning for like an hour. Then we're going to go to the buffet, the Easter buffet, and we're going to pig out. So you don't feel as guilty pigging out when you go to the gym, I guess. That's not really an excuse to do that, but I read a post from somebody, and I think he said, I go to the gym so I can eat a whole pizza by myself. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It sort of defeats the purpose. So I'm kind of using my pink as a filler here, like I said before, because I have a lot of the pink. But you can see the pops of color of the other ones, and that's really what I wanted to do. I think I'm going to grab a yellow because I do have a lot of yellow too. The only thing is, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if any of you are planning on attending the Cotton Pick and Blessed Wreath class, the sign that I am going to be using is different than the one that's pictured because, and it's my own fault, I didn't order it right away, and the sign that's in the picture is from a shop called The Rusted Chick. I don't know if you've ever heard of her before, but she makes hand-painted signs, and I didn't realize that if you do want the exact sign that's pictured there, it takes a couple of weeks for her to get that to you because she does hand paint them. So I waited and I didn't order it right away, and there's no time now. There's no time for her to get it to me before class. So I actually ordered a sign from Jane White. It does still say Cotton Pick and Blessed on it, but it's just a little bit different. It's still cute. So just be aware that if you do want to order that sign, give it a couple of weeks. I think I did post the link in the event calendar, the class listing in the event calendar. So again, what I'm doing here is I'm just feeding another half of a pipe cleaner through so I could just twist these two together. There's not enough for me to do it with what's there, because I just kind of want everything to be compact in the back and tight. That's why I'm doing that. The lavender's hiding on the bottom there. I want my lavender to be hiding. Okay.
Christina, that's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Who is that anyway? I don't recognize your voice. Is that Mimi?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Are you
Beautiful.
still working on yours?
I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Well, you're so fast.
Because I've been making the bundles and then I attached 4 or
Oh,
5.
see, that's a really good idea. I was going to tell you guys that too. You can just sit and make your bundles ahead of time and then attach them all instead of doing that, you know, as you go along. You can see, like I said at the beginning, you know, when you first start attaching them, it looks a little weird. But as you go along and they start filling in, it really starts to come together. And then you look at it and you're like, wow, that looks really nice. I know you had that same snowball mesh too. I saw, Mimi. I just love snowball mesh. I have enough for one more bundle on there. Enough room. I think as you go along, you're going to find you're not going to need as many bundles per section. It just happens that way. It's like a natural progression. As the wreath gets fuller, you need less. I don't know how that happens, but it just happens. That is pretty, isn't it? What do we want to do now? I want to keep using my pink as my filler. These metallic pieces. I do like metallic mesh though. I like to use it because it just makes everything, it's a little sparkly. But sometimes you get those little metallic pieces that want to pop out. And they drive you crazy. Let's see. Do I want to do another green? Yeah, I have quite a bit of green left. I probably could have been using a little bit more green all along. I was afraid I was going to run out, so. And that's kind of why I told you, Mimi, this is sort of like a lighter green. And I don't think that dark green that you picked would have went well with the,
Right.
yeah.
Yours
That was the
looks like
first thing that I noticed. I'm like, no, I don't think she should use that. That's not going to work.
That
What
looks
color
like
do I want
maybe
now?
beautiful for a baby's room. The colors are so soft.
What's that?
Your wreath looks so gorgeous. That would be wonderful in a baby's room.
I know. Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the last one for this section here. What time do we have here? We're doing pretty good. It's 9:35 Eastern time. I'm going to do the same thing again. Boy, this shirt is getting eaten by this mesh. And if you haven't really noticed what I'm doing, you don't have to do this. I'm just sort of feeding another pipe cleaner through the back so I could like twist them together, just these bundles, just because I want them to be snug. That's all. And again, as I've said to people before in my classes, if you're worried about hanging your wreath on a door, a decorative door, or a wood door, you can get a piece of felt and cut it to shape and just glue it to the back and cover up all your pipe cleaners. Just cut it. A lot of people do that. I want my lavender to show because I don't have a lot of lavender in here, so I want that to show with the green. Okay. I think the tulip wreath craze has died down a little bit, but we still have our tulip wreath class coming up. I've had my tulips for over a month now. I think Michael's, pretty much sold out on those fast. So I hope if you guys are going to be attending the tulip wreath class, you already got your tulips. It seems like every other day someone was posting a tulip wreath in the group. I'm going to do one more on this section here. One more. Yay, now we only have 2 more to go. I'm very glad that I'm able to cut this snowball mesh with the wood burning tool too. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to. Jute mesh, you cannot. And that's what I showed you a couple of minutes ago, that shorter mesh with the jute running through it. You cannot cut that with the wood burning tool. Don't try. You'll cry. You'll scream. That and fabric mesh. You can't cut fabric mesh either with the wood burning tool. It's not going to work. Whoops, I lost my picture here. Oh, we go. Oops. I want to tell you guys another interesting story. I know I chat a lot in these classes, but I hate to sit here in silence. I'm trying to cut down on my bread intake because bread and sugar are bad when you're trying to get back in shape. So I'm really trying to cut down on that. And we went to a sandwich shop. We have a chain out here in New York State. I'm not sure if anybody's heard of it. It's called Jimmy John's. And I only have 1 lavender left. I don't want to use that yet. I'll go back to my coral again. Anyway, you can get a regular sub on a sub roll. You can get a sandwich on wheat bread, or you can get a wrap. Now, okay, I'm thinking wrap, it's going to be wrapped in like a tortilla wrap, or I don't know what they're called. Yeah, tortilla. So I ordered it, and I ordered a BLT because, I'm sorry, I love bacon. And I ordered a BLT, and when he gave it to me, it was wrapped. A piece of lettuce was the wrap. So it was a lettuce wrap, and I had never had one before, and boy, was it good. So they just put all the fillings and everything inside these leaves of lettuce. It was really, really good. So I didn't miss the bread at all, and I was very happy about that. And I think he thought I was going to be mad because I walked up to him after and I said, yeah, I thought I was going to get like a tortilla. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no, wait. I said, it was really good, actually. I'm not mad. I just never had one before. Anyway, that's my story. The end. I didn't put pink in that one. I just noticed that. I need to get my pink in there again. Let's see. I need to tie those together because they're if anybody's never had a lettuce wrap, they're actually really good. And it stayed together. It wasn't like it was messy. It actually stayed together really well. And trust me when I tell you, I love bread. Boy, that's getting really full. I want to do my pink on the top, so let me see what I want to do. I'm going to do a blue. I've just got mesh all over my floor, so you're not going to see my mess. I'll move my socks, though. I don't want you to see my socks. I am barefoot in my house 99% of the time, even in the winter. Let's see what I want to do now. I only have one little lavender, so I'm going to save her, put her in the middle here somewhere. What do I want to do next? Hold on, I'll get a pink. Did you guys know that there's male and female mesh? The talk's getting late. I'm getting tired, so I'm talking nonsense now. You guys can all roll in your eyes. Let's see. I'll do another green because I have a bit more green than I thought I did. Honestly, if you didn't want to add any ribbon to this, you really don't need to, because it's, you know, if you have a lot of colors going like I do have a bunch of ribbon cut. I'm not quite sure which ones I'm going to add because you kind of got to be careful. And you have a lot of different colors of mesh here like I do. You have to be careful with your ribbon choices. This is a short one here, hold on. This is a little shorty. There. I'm going to twist this underneath here. I'm going to grab this. This is a little shorty, and I don't want it to come off. Again, if you want to wait until you're done and sort of play with your pieces a little bit and try to pull some colors up, you can do that instead of doing it like I'm doing and doing it as you go along. Just because I don't like two pieces of the same color next to each other, that makes me crazy. But there's a couple instances where we have that going on, so it is what it is. But this blue, like this metallic is coming out, it's blue like crazy. All right, what do we want now? have enough pipe cleaners cut. So you can't even see that I'm using the white because it's hidden. I need to get some more pink in there. I think I need to get my pink on the top this time. Let's see. What we got here? 10 out of 10. Maybe we can finish this after all. Maybe. If you don't know what I just did, I just stuck my bundles under my arm. That's a good way to hold them too. I wish this yellow was a little bit shorter. This piece just kind of sticking up a little bit too much for my taste. I'm trying to tuck it in a little bit. But it's sort of in the back, so I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I think what I'm going to do is just finish this one little section and then call it a night because I don't think we're going to be able to finish it during class. And my sincerest apologies, you guys. These are time consuming. I do want to show you how to add the ribbon. What I'll most likely do is just finish recording it. I'm not going to be gone all day tomorrow. We're just going out for the quick brunch, and then my kids are going to go to their aunt's house and hang out for a little while with their cousins on their father's side. So I'll have some time to finish this. So again, if you didn't get yours finished tonight, don't worry. I'm almost done. I mean, I could just put, a sign up here or something, and then, Just look at that. It's like almost done. Almost. Let me see here. Maybe I can stick my last piece of lavender in here. But I'm going to put it on the top because I want to see it. But I'm not going to use a sign for this one. And honestly, I could even just hang it up like that with the colors and not even add ribbon, but I want to add some ribbon. And this, you know, this wreath you could actually display all summer long. I think it would make a really pretty summer wreath. And what's nice about, if you do want to add a sign, if you attach it with, you know, either floral wire or pipe cleaners, you can change your sign. You know, you could put a spring sign in or an Easter sign in and then take it out after Easter and put a summer sign. So your signs can be interchangeable. They're not permanently attached, so, you know, change them out. You can create an entirely different wreath. I've done that before. I don't even know how many people are left here with me. We got 4 people left here. We got Mimi, Stacy, we have Joyce. Actually, we just have 3. There's me and Mimi and Stacy and Joyce. You guys have hung out with me. Everybody else kind of got tired and went to sleep. What time do we have? We still got 8 minutes left. So I'm
I'm here.
What's that?
I'm here.
I know you are. I think I need to have a daytime class. That's what I think I need to do. Everybody gets tired. More lavender. I used my last lavender. Let the other half go though. I want to be able to see it. Let's pull it up a little bit so I can see it. That's my last piece. Basically, when you go to add your ribbon, and I will show you when I finish the video, you're going to be attaching your ribbon like you do your bundles. You just put your ribbon strips together, and I can probably even show you one real quick if you guys want to finish working on it tonight.
Okay.
Hold on one second. But you have to make sure your ribbon is cut long enough, because you need to actually feed it through the wreath form and attach it to the wreath form. Like if you see how normally if you have your pipe cleaners attached to your wreath form and then you add your mesh, you'll have a pipe cleaner already there to attach your ribbon to right on top of your mesh bundles. But because we don't have that, we have to make bundles out of your ribbon just like you did your mesh. Just trying to tuck my yellow piece over here somewhere. There. Now I'll show you real quick what I mean by that. I got a bunch of ribbon cut over here. Oops, am I blurry? My apologies. That was the first time we went blurry in class. Usually I go blurry a few times. Okay, so here's a 2.5-inch piece of satiny pretty purple ribbon. And then I have a 1.5-inch piece. So you just lay them on top of each other like you normally do. You know, a lot of people kind of fold it in half to find your center point, okay? And all you're gonna do, and these are 13 inches, all you're gonna do is gonna take another half a pipe cleaner and just make a bundle out of it like you did your mesh, okay? Now you have to find a spot in the wreath form. You're gonna kind of have to poke it through somewhere. Let me see here with my, I just want to show you quick how to do this before I let you go, which can be a little bit challenging to do, which is sometimes if you want to, instead of waiting until all your mesh or your spirals are attached, you can attach your ribbon actually right to your spirals too. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But I just kind of went through and I fed it through the wreath form. That's why you kind of got to make sure that your ribbon is long enough, because you got to go right down through there. And really, in this type of wreath, your mesh is the star of the show because it's so pretty and it's so colorful. I don't like where they cover up the mesh so much with ribbon that you can't see it. I want to be able to see my mesh. But there's just an example of how you can add your little ribbon bundle there. Okay? That's it. I'm not even sure if those colors are going to match. I just wanted to show you. I had a bunch of ribbon cut, and I wanted to show you how you could do that. Again, if you want to, I've seen people do it this way, and I'll show you. You could take, it doesn't look too bad, those colors there. You could take your bundle, so start making a bundle. And I'll let you guys go, and I'll finish recording this tomorrow morning, or maybe tomorrow afternoon when I get back, because the kids are going to be gone. So do your bundle. What color do I want here? I guess I'll do a coral. Okay, so here's your bundle. You can do it this way too. Get your ribbon. Let me see what other ribbon I want to use here. I have this pretty pink striped ribbon here and a solid pink. Okay, you can actually take your ribbon, it's kind of a lot, and attach it to your bundle. Okay, that way you don't have to, I'm going to use a whole pipe cleaner here, that way you don't have to try to worry about feeding it down through the wreath form, but it's a little bit challenging to try to get your pipe cleaner around all of it, but it can be done. So you've got your ribbon and you've got your mesh and everything all in one bundle. Which I think I kind of prefer the other way, but this is how it would look if you did it this way. And I just did a full pipe cleaner. Let me get it on here so I can show you. But in my opinion, when I do it that way, the ribbon tends to get lost because it's tied way down there, and you kind of have to yank on it and pull it out. So I kind of like doing it that way better. I like just making a separate ribbon bundle and just feeding it through, finding the wreath form. And when I'm adding ribbon to the outside, I like them all to go the same way. I like them all to go out. And then when I go on the inside, then I fan them in. But you can add it that way too. You see that? But I kind of like the way it looks better up here because it's up a little higher. Down here, it's just kind of like lost in my opinion, so I don't like that. I'm going to take it off. So that's the way that I prefer. Whoops. I prefer to attach my ribbon separately. I'm losing my voice. Let me get this on here, and I'm going to let you guys all go and get some sleep and get ready for your holiday, whatever you have planned. I hope you have some time with family planned. Let me get this last bundle on. So I have one more section to do, you guys. I'm so sorry we couldn't finish. But you will get the completed video tomorrow, I promise. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that ribbon. I kind of have to do my critiquing and see if I like the way those colors look. I have some other options here. But look at that. I have one more section to go. And that's pretty darn full. One more to go. You know, I might even go around and like snip these yellow ones off so they're the same length. I might snip them and then I might just spray the ends so they don't fray. That might bother me. Anyway, whoever's left with me, I think I still have Stacy, Mimi, and Joyce. I'm sorry I couldn't finish, you guys, but I'm almost done. I'll finish tomorrow. I'll add some more ribbon, and I might add some flowers. But again, you know, if you have these same colors that I do, you really don't even need to add anything, because I just love, you know, to see the mesh in my wreaths. I don't like to cover it up completely with stuff. So, but look, you don't even have a hole anymore. It's like it got so full. Anyway, okay, guys.
Good night.
Thanks for hanging out with me for so long and being patient. And I'll get you guys the video tomorrow as soon as I finish it, okay? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.